Hey, what's going on guys? First Tech Up here, and this is the Infinix S4 full review. So ever since I got it, I've been using it for quite some time now because I admire the aesthetics and physical appearance of the device, and there was no point for me making an unboxing video since it is everywhere already. So I decided to spend some time with it and give you my thoughts, what I think about it, and what I've discovered too. So at first is the hype, the 3 camera that graces the back of this device, the wide angle, the telephoto, and pretty much everything that surrounds the hype of this phone. The huge 32 megapixels AI camera with 3D that promise ultimate and stunning selfies. Speaking of stunning, almost everything about this phone is pretty damn good. At first glance, you can't mistake it for something not worthy. The design is stunning, it is beautiful, it is well put together, the general aesthetics and the choice of material stack up well with the competition. The triple color gradient look makes it stand out as a flagship device, and I bet that's what Infinix was trying to achieve here, and it comes out very well. So kudos to the design teams at Infinix. There's a slight camera bump at the back, but it is not disturbing at all, so you should be able to lie flat on your decks. Though it is a bit noticeable, but it won't bother you at all. At the bottom houses a speaker grill, a micro USB charging port, a microphone hole, and a headphone jack. On the left is a SIM slot for your dual SIM and a micro SD card. On the right, you find the power button and the volume rocker. On top, you have nothing. At the back, you find a triple camera setup with a quad flash, a fingerprint scanner, and the Infinix branding. In front houses a 6.2-inch HD Plus display, which is a 1520 by 720p resolution. Then on top of that display houses a 32 megapixels camera for your awesome selfies. Hardware-wise, it doesn't feel like a very high-end premium device, but it is very close, and considering the fact that it is a budget device. The S4 comes with all the nifty security features we expect from a modern device today. There's First Unlock feature and a fingerprint scanner. The first unlock is fast. In fact, it is pretty fast to a point that it instantly unlocks the device and I will totally forget about the fingerprint. Though I still prefer the fingerprint because it is a little more reliable, especially at night, and it's a bit more secure. The display is decent at best. At 720p resolution, it is bright enough to satisfy you. Colors pop and it appears vivid. For a basic user on a daily usage, you might not be able to tell the difference between this and 1080p display. The only drawback is that online video is capped at 720p, which isn't too bad. At least it will help you keep your data consumption at minimum. Video playback looks good and gaming as well. It is not the brightest display out there. At 500 nit brightness, it should be able to play nice outdoor. So, general responsiveness. You have to bear in mind that this is a budget device, and with that, you shouldn't expect to see a high-end device performance here. But it doesn't mean it is a slush when it comes to performance. My unit here comes with a 6GB of RAM and a 64GB of internal storage. An octa-core MediaTek CPU that is clocked at 2.0 GHz. XOS Cheetah 5.0 custom user interface on top of Android 9.0 Pie. With all of these, it is safe to say that performance is at its best. It is fast and fluid, it handles most things that I throw at it, be it gaming or surfing the net. But it does not mean everything stays smooth all the time. You might notice some sluggishness at times, especially when you have too many background apps and when you're heavy with much Chrome tabs. But general responsiveness stays smooth all the time, like launching apps and switching between apps. Android 9 Pie comes with a feature to further customize the system navigation buttons or hide it completely, and it comes very handy here. Moreover, it gives the device a very distinctive look. With all of this, the most amazing thing about this phone is the battery life. It is incredible. In fact, this thing lasts forever. Though that's a bit of exaggeration, but trust me, the battery life on this thing is amazing. It also supports super fast charging. This phone has 4000 mAh battery and it is not a bragging right without fulfilling its purpose. It is a charm when it comes to battery life, and with options to further optimize the battery with AI smart power savings. Benchmark numbers appear to be laggy on paper, but real life performance trumps it, and that is a plus when it comes to performance. But there are things that would have made the S4 even better device than what it is. Example, too many bloatwares. The good thing is that you can remove some of them, but it just doesn't play nice. Like the instant app that shows on top of the app drawer, which enable you test app first before installing them. Though it comes handy, but it does impact performance. Secondly, the XOS 5.0 comes with new features and UI tweaks, like the smart panels that quickly lets you launch your favorite apps, take screenshots and record screen. The setting app that has been redesigned, though looks very nice, would have been much more better with the stock Android experience with added basic features. There are a ton of features that is baked into the XOS 5.0. I feel the more you add features, the more it becomes bugging over time. So I'll prefer a less bugging UI to feature, which will further enhance or optimize the user experience. It makes it feel like the user experience wasn't the priority when designing the UI. So less feature, but better user experience overall, especially for a budget device like this that doesn't pack so much power. So all of this brings us to the next feature, which is a camera. With all the hype, it is the most outstanding feature about this device. So you have the main sensor, the wide angle and a depth sensor. The main highlight here is the wide angle lens, and it is pretty amazing here. It lets you cover a wide area that weren't possible before. These are features found on high-end phones, and it is a nice addition here. So I find myself using it too much just for fun, and at some point very useful, especially if you want to take group pictures or cover a wide portion of an image or landscape photography. The main sensor takes excellent looking images with good details and still retain natural looks to its images. HDR is on point and general still images is great on this device. Now flip over to the front camera. The 32 megapixels camera doesn't disappoint too. It takes amazing selfies with good details, though color reproduction sometimes doesn't quite keep up with the rear camera. Sometimes the background can fool the camera, making the image look like the background color. Overall, both rear and front-facing camera takes amazing photos and it will definitely please you. But what I do not like about the camera is the video aspect. It appears jaggy, like something that is not properly stitched. It doesn't look nice at all. I know it is something that can be fixed with a software update, and I wish Infinix can do that quickly so that some customers may not feel disappointed. Other than that, it is pretty good, though not the best, but it is up there. So if your main aim for the S4 is about making videos with it, I will tell you to look elsewhere.
What's up guys? So this is what it looks like to shoot a video using the front-facing camera on the Infinix S4. Not too bad.
But if it is mostly other things like still images, good performance, one of the best devices out there with a good battery life, then you'll be so pleased with your purchase. Just make sure you step up to the one with the highest specification. Alright guys, share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. Like and share this video to help someone make a buying decision. And please don't forget to subscribe. It will mean so much to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.